presents Magic in Hand, and here with today's feature presentation is Kayla Youngblood.
Welcome to Magic at Hands. My name is Caleb Youngblood, and today we're going to be doing card tricks with this Texas card trick pack. Alright, so in Magic, there's often many ways you can proceed with things. People do card tricks with rope, with coins, but my favorite is with cards, alright? So what we're going to do is, because this is a video and because you're going to be like an audience watching, I'm going to have to kind of interact with you on that basis, alright? And so what we're going to do is we're going to perform a card trick real quick, and then what I'll do is I'll explain that after the commercial. So let's go ahead and dive into the card trick. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of do like that, alright? And so you're going to have to choose a card. Now I know that's kind of difficult. I know that you're an audience at home. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick a card for you, alright? Random. It's totally random, alright? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that card out for you, and you're going to have to memorize it. I'm going to try not to look at it. I promise I won't. Okay, so I've pulled it out. I want you to go ahead and look at that card. Alright, you got it memorized? And I'm going to go ahead and put it down, alright? Okay. So your card is in the middle here, and I want you to memorize that. You got to memorize it. Like, be thinking of it. Have it on your lips, okay? So we're going to go ahead and jump into this card trick. Now, what I'm going to do is I broke the deck. We have this card, your card, and I'm going to put it on top, alright? So now what I'm going to do is it's in the middle. I'm going to kind of shuffle through here, and now your card is mixed into the middle of this deck, alright? Now, like I said, Magic is a lot about storytelling, but it's also about deception. It's about deception, alright? And so many times what I find is I enjoy telling a story. We're not going to do that today. But we're going to talk about this card in my left hand, which is to your right. I'm going to flip over this card, and you're going to tell me as the audience whether it's your card or not. And the trick is you're going to lie to me. You can just lie. And that's the great thing about this trick, is that I can just do whatever I want, and you can just do whatever you want, all right? So we're going to get started. You're going to lie to me. You can tell me whatever you want. And it's a great thing because you're an audience and I can't even hear you. So here we go. You're going to say, okay, yeah, that's your card. You can lie to me. Okay, so let's say that that's your card. You say that. I'm going to go ahead and flip to this next card. And you can say, no, that's not your card, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and put it over here. And we have another card, 4 of clubs. You can say it doesn't matter. It's just not your card. So we have 3 cards out on the table now, one of which is you've said that is your card, and I'm just going to flatly state that none of those are actually your card, all right? In fact, I'm going to say that this 6 of clubs, in fact, is your card. Okay, so 6 of clubs is your card. You say that one of these cards is your card. I don't think so. So we're going to go ahead and move forward, and I'm going to prove to you that you do not have your card out on the deck. In fact, let's do this. I want you to think about your card. Just think about your card, okay? Just think about it, okay? Don't take any time, just think about it. So we have the 6 of clubs on the front. I'm going to go ahead and put it down. We're left now with these cards, okay? I'm going to go ahead and flip over the ones that I know. These just aren't your card, man. Okay, so here we go. These aren't your cards, clearly, okay? It's written all over it. This is not your card. But I'm going to flip over what I know is your card, and it is your card, all right? So we're going to come back in a little bit, and I'm going to explain exactly how this goes and how I know that it's your card, all right? In fact, I actually want to extend this trick a little bit. You had a king of diamonds, right? All right, so I actually knew that you were going to choose the king of diamonds, and it's kind of hilarious because we actually have the king of diamonds right over here. I knew that it was going to be there all along. So if you want to go ahead and zoom in for the audience, it's the king of diamonds, and we know exactly from the beginning of the trick, and I'll show you how to do this, that it is the king of diamonds. When we come back, I'm going to describe this trick, and it'll be great. You're going to learn a lot of things to impress your friends and your coworkers. We'll see you a bit.
Running has always been a popular sport for as long as history can tell. At least, it has been. What has changed? The shoes. The shoes have changed. We're now introducing the Zero Drop Racing Flats. Light and flexible, these shoes encourage good running form, which prevents injury. It's like riding on air, perfect and freeing. Zero Drop Racing Flats, the new running. running.
Alright, welcome back to Magic at Hands. We're now going to describe how to actually do that card trick we just performed. In the card trick I just did, I showed you how to, or I essentially figured out what your card was and then pulled it out of thin air essentially based on something that wasn't even like the 3 of clubs I think it was. We just transferred that 3 of clubs into the king of diamonds as it were. So we're going to dive into how this actually works, and it's really simple. Just involves a couple of things in memory. So we see here on this deck I have the king of diamonds, which you chose at the trick. So what I want you to watch real closely. The king of clubs I know is on the bottom, okay? And so what we're going to do is I'm actually going to, like, I fan out the deck, I have someone choose the card, and it doesn't really matter. They can choose whatever they want. And what I'm going to do is I'll show you. This is a six of spades, and I'm going to have my thumb on the bottom of the deck, okay? And it's going to pull the king of diamonds as I slide that 6 of spades. So what it looks like is like that, and it flops down onto that card, all right? So we can do that again real quick. It's called sleight of hand. It's just keeping your thumb on there and pulling it off. Real simple, real quick. So I know that the king of diamonds is on the bottom, and I'm going to go ahead and give it to you, let you all see it. And so for the sake of this, we'll just leave it like that. So we know that that's the audience's card. And so now we have to trick the audience into believing that you don't know what their card is or where their card is. And so by doing so, I'm going to create a pinky break down my left hand. All right, it can be right hand depending on which one's dominant. And I'm creating a pinky break. I'm going to go ahead and grab one card out of that. Okay, so there's only one card. And I'm going to put my thumb there. So now you're at a thumb break. All right. So through this, I'm going to do a cut swing, which is swinging the front card off and keeping that break. All right. So that comes off, and their card then goes on top of that. And you still have that thumb break in your right hand, or really your dominant hand. When you come down, what you'll do is you'll catch that break with your pinky. And ideally, you'd have a card that's uniform that doesn't have Texas written all over it. But Texas is a great state. So we're going to catch the break and pull it down without them knowing, and then drop the rest of the deck in, remaining with a large pinky break that they can't see. All right. From here, what we're going to do is we are going to cut the deck multiple times. So we'll do like that, and then your remaining is the pinky break, and go ahead. So now their card is 2 down from the top. So you have the miscellaneous card and then their card, the king of diamonds. So you know that. You're going to go ahead and catch a pinky break with 2 cards, all right? So keep an eye on that. You have 2 cards. It takes a little practice. You're going to swing cut it again, and then what you do is you're just going to, you're swing cutting from the top. So you know that like the second card down is still the king of diamonds, all right? So what you're going to do is you're just going to flip it over with your right hand. Flip it over. So you have that 7 of spades, and it doesn't really matter. You just tell them, okay, you lie to me. Tell me if it's not your card. It just doesn't matter. You put it down, and you know that that's there. You know that the next card is going to be their card, so you do that. And more times than not, they'll just lie to you and say, no, that's not your card. So you're like, okay, you know that it's their card. And so you go ahead and turn it over, and this is where the real trick happens. You know that the king of diamonds is on there, and you'll flip it back over. You have the thumb break in your right hand, right? You have that thumb break. Make sure to get it 2. I accidentally grabbed 3, and that can still work. But you want to have that thumb break. What you're going to do, you have that king of diamonds. You flip it back over, and you drop real quickly those 2 cards that you had the thumb break on. All right. So now you have 2 cards and the king. Okay. I'll do that again real quick. You have a thumb break, and then you flip it over again. You have it drop. And then you just do the same thing again with the next card. You put the top card, which is the king of diamonds, on it. And what you'll do is you'll do a double lift. So you're going to lift it twice, 2 cards. So there's this and this. Lift it twice, flip it back over. You know it's a jack of hearts. It doesn't matter. They're like, oh, you're like, yeah, this is your card. And they think you're just messing with them. And then you flip it back over, put their card down, flip it all back over. And that's how you do the trick, ladies and gents. I hope you have a great time showing this to your friends.